Hi, I'm Maryal. It's great to welcome you officially to the My DPC Story community. Usually I have the privilege of bringing other stories to the airwaves, but now I want to take the time to share a little of my own DPC story. I started the My DPC Story podcast in September of 2020 when, in the middle of a pandemic, the corporation who had hired me threatened to fire me after more than 5 years of working in my rural community unless I signed their contract. Though I had been learning about DPC for a couple of years, this turn of events threatened not only my care of patients, but threatened to take my own health insurance as well, while I was 28 weeks pregnant with my second son. I knew then that I needed to continue on my path as a rural family physician, but under a different model, one that delivers quality, time, and relationship-based care. All of this was made possible by direct primary care. Along my journey to learn about DPC, I was lucky enough to attend DPC conferences in person, but when the pandemic hit, all of a sudden this became impossible. I missed seeing my extended DPC family dearly. As I thought about what I missed about those in-person conferences, what I kept going back to was the stories. The stories where I heard about physicians leaving the system and still being able to practice medicine the way most of us envisioned in medical school. Being able to be present as parents, as spouses, as individuals, hearing this was possible was truly inspiring. Hearing Dr. Sharon George talk about how she ran a DPC out of her home. Hearing Dr. Vance Lassie talk about how he sold his property with the pond that his kids had spent time with their grandpa on. Hearing Dr. Phil Eskew talk about the growth of DPC. It was the stories I took away from these conferences that allowed me to connect with others and inspired me to learn more and more about DPC. Now, through bringing you weekly episodes on the podcast, I hope you feel that same inspiration I do when I hear someone share their experience, and I hope you feel a little bit more of a connection to those you hear from as well. So, thank you for tuning in and being a part of the amazing community of listeners, Instagram followers, and insiders. It's great to be on this journey together, and I can't wait for what's ahead.